Hello, 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 everyone. Happy Thursday. Welcome to the Good Vibes Lifestyle live stream. I'm your host, Leslie Klein, here to help you raise your vibe. This is a weekly live stream that I do that's different from my show, which is Good Vibes TV, which is more of a formal type show with commercials and everything in it. And that you can find on my YouTube channel. It's at Raise Your Vibe and Thrive. So this is the Good Vibes lifestyle. And this live stream happens every Thursday at 3 o'clock. And the past episodes can be found under the podcast section of my YouTube channel. So thank you for watching. And I hope, I'm streaming to Facebook and YouTube and LinkedIn and Twitter. And on occasion, I do a special Amazon edition on Amazon Live. So did you even know that Amazon has a live stream going on where people talk about different products? I like to talk mostly about books and interview authors and things like that. So check that out when you get the opportunity, if that's something you like to do. I also have a storefront, Amazon storefront. So you're more than welcome to check that out. And the way you can get to all of my stuff is just go to www.good-vibes.tv and you can find everything there. I'm affiliated with a lot of different products and services. And, I'm all about raising your vibe so you can thrive. That's the slogan for the Good Vibes TV show. But hashtag Good Vibes Lifestyle is something that I want to kind of create a good vibes lifestyle movement. So if we are living a life where we're raising our vibrations, first you're aware of your vibrations, where am I vibing at? And I like to use Dr. David R. Hawkins' map of consciousness scale and or Esther Hicks' emotional guidance scale. It all talks about the lower vibrations and higher vibrations. And the higher vibrations kind of are love, joy, peace, enlightenment, wellness, all those higher vibrations, love. The bottom ones, the lower vibe ones are fear, anger, shame, guilt, all those lower vibrations. So the trick is raise your vibration to the higher vibrations, and then you are in a place where you can attract like vibing things, which means, you want love in your life, be in that state of love, be love. You will attract love, vibing type situations to you, loving people, loving situations. If you're in a hateful place, you're going to attract things in your life that's going to bring more hate into your life. So you do not want to do that. So the first step is, number one, be aware. Be aware of what you're feeling, because what you're feeling is where you're vibing, and where you're vibing is what you're attracting. So kind of like reverse engineer it. All right, so that's all about the Good Vibes lifestyle, and it's really about living in the flow state. It's kind of where, like with the Math Heart Institute talks about connecting the brain and the heart, because the heart, and actually that's seen as another brain, but aligning the brain and the heart gets you into coherence, gets you into the flow. When you're in that flow state, that's your optimal human performance state. So this is where we want to be energetically. And that's, why I'm talking about vibes, because vibes is about energy, and energy is, we live in a sea of energy. And I think we've entered into the age of Aquarius. We were in the age of Pisces the last 2,000 years. So this age of Aquarius that we're going to be in for the next 2,000 years. So this is kind of like a whole new energy that we're stepping into, that we're evolving into. So being aware of what that energy is like and being aligned to it and kind of going with the flow, like riding the wave if you were surfing, as opposed to being, smashed by the waves. Excuse me. So, it's up to us how we want to work with the energy that's in our world, in our surroundings, and harmony. The principles of being in harmony and working with the energies as opposed to fighting them, like swimming upstream or rowing upstream. No, we want to go flow, like going tubing. I just did tubing for the first time in my life this last Monday, and that was fun. But it's just very interesting because I was trying to control myself on this tube. I did have a stick to push away from the banks and stuff. I kept getting stuck in these little eddies. So it's being in the flow of the current makes it, that's how we want to live, is flowing with life, as opposed to fighting and pushing and, stressing over things. That's not how optimum way of life is. So if you're watching, and I see at least 3 people are, go ahead and put in the comments. If you're watching from Facebook or YouTube, I am supposed to be able to see your comments. I can put them on the screen. So I'd love to have some interaction with you if you feel like it. All right, so let's go into some astrological news. I touched a little bit about it. The big thing that we're in right now is we're in the middle of this Mercury retrograde, and oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, I've been feeling it. Last week was my microphone. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Let me know in the comments if you can, because I'm using a different microphone. But and then last week, well, actually the microphone issue was today. And last week, my issue was I couldn't find my cursor. My cursor on my laptop was gone. So I could do the touch screen, but I had to figure all that out. And of course, it happened this right before this live stream. So when we know that we're in Mercury retrograde, we know that there's a tendency for problems, not only with communications, but also with computers, short-term travel, things like that. So knowing that, it's important, well, not that it's important, but knowing that gives you, I think, a leg up, because then okay, this is the energy, so stop. It kind of gives me a reason for not freaking out about it, not stressing out about it, not awfulizing the situation. All right, we have a person watching from Facebook. Awesome, welcome. And so Mercury retrograde, if we know it's happening, if we know things don't flow as easily, then when we get stuck, when we hit a wall, like I did with my cursor being lost or my microphone not working, it's like stop, and instead of freaking out, oh my God, I won't be able to do my live stream, blah, blah, blah. Stop, breathe, in and out a couple of times, deep breaths, so important. And that helps calm your system. And then you have more clarity of mind. You're not in the flight, fright, freeze response. You can be open to downloads for a solution, or just open to figuring out, okay, how can I fix this problem, or what's the next best, way to handle this. So that's why I like being aware of what's going on with Mercury retrograde. Now, Mercury retrograde has a shadow period prior to and after. It's kind of like jet lag. So 7 to 10 days prior to a Mercury retrograde and 7 to 10 days afterwards, you will still feel the effects of a Mercury retrograde. The main thing is, if you can avoid signing contracts and things like that, or buying new things or starting new things during a retrograde, it's always better to sign papers, contracts, and stuff when you're not in a retrograde. So if you can wait till September 15th at 4:21 p.m. after, that's the best time to sign contracts or do closings and any kind of thing like that. It's just suggested because that's how the Mercury retrograde works. Now, the other thing we've got going on is we're in the waning period of the moon. We had the full moon on the 30th, and that was a super blue full moon, as you might remember. So the new moon, the next sky cycle, the next new lunar cycle starts on September 14th at 9:40 p.m. Eastern time. So it's really interesting because the next day is the Mercury goes direct. So we're, after the 15th, things should start moving again. Although the Venus was retrograde, which rules more relationships and wealth and what you value. That went direct this past Sunday, but then the next day Jupiter went retrograde, and Jupiter is seen as the great benefactor. Jupiter is the planet that brings blessings and wealth and joy. I almost see Jupiter as like Santa Claus. And astrologers out there, please feel free to correct me. But that's kind of my visualization for the planet Jupiter. Well, it's retrograde, so its energy is kind of delayed. And the advice that I've been seeing in the research I've been doing is to create your own luck. Jupiter is a planet of luck. So during this retrograde period, and I think, and I'll have to double check, but I think it was happening until January, I think. So we're going to be in this period of where you have to make your own luck. So just be aware of that and do some research on it. All right, so that's all I have for you pretty much on what's going on astrologically right now. And what I do want to do is touch on something that happened back in June. There was a UFO-UAP congressional hearing that had been happening, and actually Dr. Stephen Greer, he's been studying ETs, communicating with them, whistleblowers from the government, and even shadow government type people, like over 750 people came that are whistleblowers that have come to him, bringing him knowledge of what's been going on in that space. And basically, and he has this movie called The Lost Century, which is his latest documentary. Dr. Stephen Greer has like 4 different documentaries he's put out over the years, and I would recommend watching them. Now, I put them in my Amazon storefront, and several of them are free, so you can watch it for free. But go through my Amazon storefront; it just supports me, and I appreciate you doing that. But you can find his Lost Century there. That's his latest one, and basically, he's saying the Lost Century is the government and other powers that be have had access to the alien or ET technology. And the government and the shadow government and the powers that be have been reverse engineering this technology. And not only the main thing is there is free energy available, and the technology for that has been used by the government and shadow government and other black operations. So he discloses all the stuff, and that's why his project is called Project Disclosure, because he's trying to get our government, the ones that are in power constitutionally, to get a handle on what's happening with these black operations, that they're using UFO technology. He's saying to run guns, to do human trafficking, and then I question, okay, these lasers that people are talking about in Maui that possibly started these fires, it's called DEW, and I haven't checked with Dr. Stephen Greer to see if he said anything about Maui since, but there are reports of these lasers that the government does have. There's videos of them, these planes shooting these lasers down, these green lasers, starting fires, blowing up things, and it's a different kind of, it's microwave energy. So, trees are being burned from the inside out, or houses will be burnt, but the trees next to them, nothing. So there's stuff going on, and, we need to be aware and not put our heads in the sand. But, this is America, and we are supposed to have freedom of speech, freedom of religion, or what spiritual practice we want to be part of. But if we do not use these freedoms, especially to keep the government in check, because they work for us, right? Marianne Williamson, you may know her. She's written several books, Return to Love, a lot based on the Course in Miracles book. She's running for president. I want to get help to get her in that place, because she is a person that has values similar to mine and hopefully similar to yours. So, where we need to take action, we need to do things, we need to be kind of activists in a way, to create change in the world, especially in our government. because the government is supposed to be by, for, and of the people. And it is out of control. At least this is what I'm seeing from all the stuff going on in Hawaii, in Maui. And, prayers to Maui, because they're going through a tough time. And, I just pray and hope and see that the truth comes out. So Dr. Stephen Greer, let me show you. I want to show you his website, because he has speaking of taking action, here is, let me take this off here. Here's his website. And what I want to show you, because Congress is going back into session, right? Here it is. Take back your control, write your elected officials, your say matters. This is about protecting the whistleblowers so they will come out. And they're also whistleblowers in these corporations like Raytheon and, I don't know, if Boeing, these other ones that are creating these defensive, what do they call it? Defensive weapons, right? They know what's going on, but they want some protections before they tell the truth. So on this website, this is, again, drstephengreer.com. You'll find all kinds of information, but go ahead, and I'm going to encourage you. I already did this. Click on there, and all you have to do, they have the letter already written, and they will send it to the president, the vice president, secretary of state, Attorney General Merrick Garland, U.S. senators, and the representatives for you. When you put your information in here, especially your home address, then it'll automatically figure out who your senators and representatives are, and it'll send a letter to them, and basically to get the truth out about the UFO, UAP issue. And they say we need whistleblowers who have been at the heart of these projects to come forward. They need extensive protection for their pensions, livelihoods, and personal safety. And so, we need to put the pressure on the government. It's just what we need to do. So if you feel led to do this, please do. I'm giving you the information. And, my hope is that I inspire you to take action to improve your life and to improve our collective lives, right? Because each one of us has a part in the engine that makes up this world. All right. So I've been talking with people, the authors, with the Global Conscious Entrepreneurs, second edition, and I have one more interview to do with Karina Kolstrom, who's a feng shui master. She's called the Property Whisperer. So I'll be recording that within the next week, and so that will be coming up. Another cool thing that's coming up is the Art of Connection Summit, which happens on September 21st, and I'm going to go ahead, and it's a free event. See, the Art of Connection Summit, and let me see if I can switch over to this here. Yeah, here we go. So the Art of Connection Summit is tied to, let me make this bigger. And I will be doing an episode on him as well. So basically I'm in production mode. So season 3 starting up again. I've got 3 episodes, I think, that have already aired, and now we're starting with episode 4 of season 3. I was making my episodes like my seasons 8 weeks long, but I think I'm going to go to 11 because I like that number. It's a good number. So that's all about the Art of Connection. So now last week I was telling you about the Healthy Heart Masterclass. I'm affiliated with the Food Revolution Network that Ocean Robbins and his father, John Robbins, are part of and started. And it's all about, good eating the right foods, eating a plant-based diet, and how to be healthy by what you eat. We are what we eat. So the link is still available. I put it on the screen. It's a tinyurl.com/ capital G, capital V, capital T, capital V, and then healthy heart in small letters. I'll also put that in the description. So check it out. Really great information. And it's amazing that, you know, the pharmaceutical companies, we're in this fight, guys. You know, the pharmaceutical, these big industries. And, you know, if you're not aware of this, go to the Thrive Movement, thethrivemove.com. I'll have to double check that. Foster Gamble and his wife have been doing a series of kind of revelations about what's really been going on. And each of these big different industries have been trying to control us. And the pharmaceutical company, instead of us going to natural things like healthy food to promote health, they want to get us addicted to these drugs, you know. And it's not just one. My mother was on 14 different medications and she was 90 years old. She didn't need all that. And where it started was she was stressed out in her 50s. She was going through divorce. Oh, you have high blood pressure. Here, you got to get on high blood pressure medicine. And not only that, then you need a water pill, and then you need all these other things to offset the symptoms that first drug creates. There's a place for our medical system the way it is now, but it's more for broken bones and accidents and things like that. As far as our health, this is up to us. It's what we eat, and it's how we move, and it's really how we think as well. You know, it's a combination of all those things, and we need to quit giving our power away to the pharmaceutical companies, to the doctors that are trained in that. We need to just stop that. Take back your power. What you put in your mouth, right? And it's harder now because there's so many chemicals. You know, we can't even trust the food and the meat. You know, if you're eating meat, you can't trust it. There's hormones and there's antibiotics. So then we have to go organic, or then the organic costs more. But growing your own garden, hey, you can do that. You know, so there's ways to live a healthy lifestyle and not depend on, I'm going to call them the man, the institutions, you know. Free yourself from those. Just make a decision. Educate yourself. So anyway, reclaim your heart health. Find out more by going to this website. It's a free masterclass that you'll get to see, and it's just really good information. And I'm just wanting to share that with you if it's something you would like. All right, now another thing that's coming up. Do you know Colette Baron-Reid? I've been following her for a long time, since I've had my store back in, 1995 when I started Oak Trail Books. Colette Baron-Reid, she creates oracles and does all kinds of trainings and teachings. And what's coming up is Oraclepalooza with Colette Baron-Reid. This is next weekend, the 15th, 16th, and 17th. And I've been the last 3 times virtually. She used to do this in person, but then, of course, the great pause happened, and she went virtual. And it's been really, really great. So I want to share with you about, let's first go to, let's see. Let me share her website. So we got 7 days left until the event. Oh, it's not showing. Okay, hold on. There we go. Let's make that full. And I don't have a referral link or anything like that. You just go to her website to buy your ticket, and it's a 3-day online immersive experience, and it's just great. I'll just show you some of the different. You could go to her website and look at it, but it's really cool. She did like how Tony Robbins did with the big screens, and you see all the people on Zoom. And there's 3 different levels. You can just get a digital ticket, which is only $67. The midline one is $97, and then $197 for the how do we do this? $197 for the premium package. So let me show you what comes with the basic. And let me move this out of the way. you get her workbook, which is a workbook that goes along with the training, the 3-day training. And it's pretty extensive. But again, it's how much you put into it. And, you know, are you really paying attention? Are you blocking off the time you're doing the exercises? So you get the workbook, you get a cool pen that has Oraclepalooza Virtual on there. You get a cool emoji paddle to interact during the event. And the thing that I love the best is that you get the Dream Weavers, my green screen, Dream Weavers Oracle card, which is like last year she used the Shaman's one. And I figured since I have this new deck, I will pick a card for us because I love Oracle cards. You know, I love to connect with spirit. I don't like to use the term God because to me it's too limiting. So I like to use words like universe, the cosmos, the great spirit, right, from Native American tradition. So I'll refer to spirit or great spirit and ask for that connection and ask for information. And the one way to get that information that's kind of easy is using an oracle card. So I want to pick an oracle card and let's ask the question, what message does spirit have for us right now? Not just for me, but for us collectively. And even if you're watching this later, not live, the message will still apply. So here we go. I'm going to pull a card for the highest and best good of all concerned. What you need to know, spirit. All right. So we got 44. Weavers know that all is God. Interesting. Oh, there we go. Weavers know that all is God. Okay, so let me read the message that goes with that. This is number 44 in the deck, and I've been getting a lot of 4s. Seeing 4s everywhere. Okay, weavers know that all is God. Essential meaning, the conscious universe is the source of supply. Spirit is fundamental to life. The mystical is the primary reality. So the weavers know that all is God. Do you? This is a profound, magical time in your life, and it's important that you recognize your relationship with your higher power as essential and primary. Consider all the gifts of your very existence. When you breathe, ask yourself, who is breathing you? What force moves through you, animating you and those you love? The universe is the spark of life within you and nature. In you is true magic, connecting you to the web of all creation. Each strand woven on your behalf is pure consciousness. Right now, you're being asked to remember this and feel what that means to you. Every single thing in your life is sacred and infused with the power of spirit, God, the conscious universe. Even your difficulties are infused with the sacred and are always beckoning you to remember who you truly are. And that is an immortal spiritual being having a mortal human experience. Can you see right now that whatever you're asking about has divinity sparkling through it? Treat the subject of your query with reverence and step into the sacred dance. You cannot go wrong. You're meant to have this experience right now. Very interesting. So hopefully that resonated to you on some level. It did to me. I thought it was pretty interesting that she was using all the different names for God. So anyway, did you get something from that? Oh, I got some comments. I'm sorry, I didn't see that. Here we are. Facebook user, we must take our power back. It is our body. Doctors don't listen to us. They just want to prescribe drugs. So that is a comment about what I was talking about earlier on food and all. And this Facebook user also loves Colette. Yes, Colette is so cool. And So anyway, I did want to let you know about that event coming up next week, and I will be there. So if you attend, I will see you there. It's a Zoom, so you can kind of chat with each other and things like that. And I think she probably does breakout rooms, so it'll be a really great event. Good, just a workshop. Instead of going in person and spending all that money, it's so inexpensive to do it online, and you still make great connections. All right. So what else do I have for you? Last week's tip was about guided group meditation. And I had suggested the Hawaii Mass Meditation with Elizabeth April, and I did do that myself. And it was very interesting because her meditation was, to me, it seemed like more of a remote group viewing, because she's very much into remote viewing. But it was very, very cool. So did you do that? If so, put it in the comments. So that was last week's tip. And, this week's tip is smile. One of the quickest ways to raise your vibration is to smile. They actually did a experiment with people that were depressed, and they made them put a pen in their mouth all day, which forces a smile. And they found that helped with their depression. So smiling releases endorphins in the body and other good hormones. And it's, you've heard the phrase, smile and the world smiles back. So true. When you go around and you see a stranger and you smile at that, they smile back. If you're frowning, they're not going to smile at you necessarily unless they're trying to raise your vibration. So it's important to, be aware of what we're feeling. And when you're feeling low, force a smile, even if you don't feel like it. Smile, and that will raise your vibration. So if you don't believe me, try it. Just try it. All right. Now, last thing I want to talk about is season 3 continues. So I kind of mentioned it before. And I've got a couple of interviews that I'll be recording over the next few weeks and doing some editing and getting you some new shows to partake of. And again, all you have to do is go to www.good-vibes.tv, and you will be able to access all of my offerings. So I want to thank you for checking in with me today. I hope that it was helpful. And, the other place you can go to is leslieklein.com. And on that page, I have a free PDF on 11 ways to raise your vibration. And it also has a map of consciousness scale that I've talked about from Dr. David R. Hawkins, and also Esther Hicks scale, emotional guidance scale. So go ahead to that website, check it out. You'll be signed up to my email. You can always unsubscribe if you don't like it. I try to send you information on ways to raise your vibe and other activities and things that are coming up. So please check it out, and I hope that it is helpful to you. So, my friends, we're coming to the close of the live stream. I want to thank you for watching. And please comment, reach out to me. And since I am starting my 3rd season, I am looking for people to interview. So if you have anyone that you think would really be great as a guest on the Good Vibes TV show, or even this live stream, let me know. Have them reach out to me. You can do it at the website. And, I will check them out and see if we can get more great guests on the show to help us all raise our vibe. All right, my friends, have a wonderful day, a wonderful week, and I will see you next week. Remember to raise your vibe so you thrive. Peace out, everyone.